The supernatural defense of Delphi, that's where the ancient Greek oracle was, in 480 BC, without human intervention, according to Herodotus. In 480 BC, the third attempt of the Persians to occupy Greece took place after the Battle of the Hot Gates, Thermopylae, in August, and before the naval battle of Salamis in September. The Persians, with one part of their forces under Xerxes, marched against Athens and with another against the sanctuary of Delphi. On their way, the barbarians destroyed everything, destroyed sanctuaries and burned cities and fields. The second division, directed against Delphi, had the task of looting the sanctuary. It was very rich, as we know, in order to present Xerxes with the money. Yeah, Delphi had a treasury. The kings and the rich and the elite used to go there to get an oracle. Now, from the Delphi oracle. Now, the latter knew that valuable objects that were in the sanctuary better than those in his house, and he did not know more about the dedications of Croesus of Aliatos. The inhabitants of Delphi, when informed of the advance of the Persians, asked the oracle the question about the practice for the offerings. Quote, should they dig holes in the ground and hide them, or should they be moved to another place? End quote. The oracle did not allow the move of the treasury because the god himself will protect these things, the oracle said. After this answer, the inhabitants of Delphi took care only of themselves, moving away with their belongings to Achaia, Korikon, and Amphissa, except the seer Ikeratos and 60 men. When the incoming barbarians approached the sanctuary, the seer saw the sacred weapons, which no one could touch, coming out of the shelter in front of the temple, and informed about the divine sign those inhabitants who remained in the wider area. This great miracle of the emergence and development of military weapons automatically, without human intervention, was followed by other admirable events. Now let's remember, the ancient Greeks believed that even the gods of Olympus were extraterrestrials. Now, going back to this, lightnings from the sky burned the barbarians in front of the temple of Athena Pronos. Two peaks broke off from the mountain Parnassos and overwhelmed the assailants with shouts and uproar. These events caused panic among the barbarians. When the inhabitants of Delphi were informed of the flight of the barbarians, they descended from the mountain and did away with many of them. Now, those of the invaders who survived disorderly withdrew from the sanctuary of Delphi towards Viotia, which is closer to Athens. These escapees also narrated other supernatural events. Two superhuman-sized warriors appeared and chased and killed them. Doesn't that remind us of what happened in the Battle of Marathon 10 years earlier, when one of the Athenian warriors saw a very giant humanoid person of light holding what looked like a laser, and he would just horizontally sweep it this way and that, and every time he swept it, hundreds of Persians were cut. This was in the Battle of Marathon, in the Bay of Marathon. So that these two superhuman-sized warriors appeared and chased and killed them. It said that they were the local heroes Phylax and Atonos, whose temples were located around the sanctuary, above the temple of Athena and Castalia, respectively. Even today and then, stones of Parnassos were found intact near the temple of Pronos Athena. In commemoration of the divine intervention, the inhabitants of Delphi set up a pedestal in front of the mosque, the temple of Athena, which they dedicated to Zeus and Apollo for their miraculous intervention. The pedestal is called Breno. Okay, this is from Ancient Mysteries. I've translated this for a Greek article. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.